Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and today I'm coming to you with another field strip video and kind of interjecting in this a little bit of home gunsmithing. Today on the table I have a type of gun you normally don't see on the channel. This is a Winchester Model 37A 20 gauge single shot shotgun. Yeah, about the most opposite type of gun that you see on here. Normally you're used to seeing tactical firearms, and this is about as FUD-ish as you can get, but it's still a really cool gun. I like guns of all types, and I can appreciate them. I just tend to focus on the guns that in the future I might not be able to own. I know I'll always be able to buy one of these. Now this gun comes to the channel because it was given to me. Yes, it was a gift from somebody. So the people that gave this to me are some friends of Becky and mine, and their name are Joe and Barbie. So hopefully they're gonna see this video. They're some social acquaintances of ours, and one day Joe contacted me and says, "Hey Jason, I know you got that awesome YouTube channel, and Barbie's dad used to own this particular shotgun. It has no value to us and no sentimental value. Her dad didn't even like it. It's just been sitting in the closet for years. Would you like it? Could you have any use for it?" I said, absolutely. Even if it was just a complete rust bucket, well, I can hang it on the wall as a decoration. But they brought it to me, and it was this really nice single shot 20 gauge Winchester Model 37A. And I looked up online, and it turns out this gun actually has a pretty darn good reputation. And supposedly this gun was originally bought out of a Sears catalog. So I guess back in the day when Sears actually sold guns through their catalog. So that's pretty neat. So I started to look at it. There was a little bit of surface rust up here on the barrel, and underneath the receiver, which I got off with some steel wool and some oil. So it looks great now, and I've kind of put some gun wax on it. But I did notice that there was one part on this that looked cracked. And this right here is this little plastic piece right behind the forend. And so I had to learn how to field strip this thing because it doesn't have any screws in the forend. So I couldn't find a lot of information online. Eventually I learned how to do it, so I want to make a video about field stripping. But I want to give you the story first. So I'm going to replace this part, which is cracked, and actually a piece already came off. And this is a commonly broken piece on these guns because they made them of plastic, and it kind of takes a lot of wear when you open the action. But Winchester doesn't make the replacement part. But luckily, Numeric Gun Parts sells an aluminum version of this particular spacer, this forend spacer. So I'm going to replace it. That should be pretty easy, but I'm also going to show you how to field strip it. So I know this has been kind of a long introduction. Wanted to give you the story on this one. So let me get the camera adjusted. Let's field strip this thing, replace this part, and get it back in action. Alright, so here's the Winchester Model 37A single shot 20 gauge shotgun. As you can see, it is actually in really nice condition. So of course, to field strip it, let's go ahead and safety check it. Let's make sure there's nothing in the chamber, and there is not. So let's close that action back up. Now this forend is actually held on by a spring. As you see, there are no screws on it. And this is what confused me. I'd never handled one of these shotguns before. So I'm gonna kind of put it here upside down, and I'm gonna pull this handguard up. And you'll discover it's just held on by that little spring. Once the handguard or the forend is off, when you open the action, do it slowly, and you should be able to just pull that barrel back just a little bit, and it should come out. And there it is. So there we have our receiver, and now we have our barrel assembly. So now this gun is completely field stripped. So let's go ahead and replace this part really fast. It's held on by 2 Phillips screws in the back, and hopefully this will come out nice and easy. It's really important to make sure you find a screwdriver with the correct size. You don't want to damage those screws. Seems like they're coming out pretty easy. And this is a very commonly broken part on these guns. They probably should have built these out of metal to begin with. So let's get that out. And there we go. Doesn't look like there's any damage or anything to the forend, and here's the all aluminum one from Numerich Gun Parts. Looks like the holes line up just like they're supposed to. So let's just put this in there very carefully. Get those started. And you don't want to tighten these down too much. Let's make sure everything is lined up right. All right, so you don't really want to torque those down too much, but it looks like everything is all aligned. All right, so hopefully that is replaced and will work well. So let me go ahead and clean this thing up and get it ready to be put back together. All right, so we got this gun all cleaned up, so let's put it back together, and it is super simple. We're going to take the receiver and the barrel here, and there's a little notch, and it goes right around this pin that goes through the receiver. Fits right in there. Then you want to close the action, and the barrel is locked into place. Then this spring is going to have to set inside of this ridge around the barrel, and this part that I replaced, the forend spacer, must seat up against the receiver. So this can be a little bit tricky. I know here on camera it's probably going to be a little bit tough for me to do it on the angle so you guys can see what it looks like. So let's try this again here. Make sure it just kind of fits. So it's a little bit tough. There it goes. All right, so then I should close it. It should snap in place. And there it goes. And so that forend is on there a lot more secure than it was. And let's open the action. Yep, everything opens up like it should. So there you go. I replaced that part with a nice new aluminum part. It looks fantastic. Got the gun cleaned up. What an amazing gift. So thank you so much, Joe and Barbie. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely going to take this thing to the range sometime. And I also appreciate the ammo you gave me. So a single shot 20 gauge shotgun, the Model 37A from Winchester. Something very different for my collection. So I am honored and humbled to own it. So I hope this video helps someone, as I know there's not a lot of videos out there on the Model 37A and how to take it apart. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.